guys, Tim here from fairhomeofferkc.com, your friendly neighborhood Kansas City house buyers and Green Sparrow properties. Owning a rental property can be a really good investment, but if you've ever had a tenant trash your house, then you know between dealing with contractors, trying to get the money to fix the thing up, just getting the tenant in and out of the property, it's not all gravy owning a rental property, and oftentimes that forces people to want to sell their investment and move on to other things. In this video, we're going to be talking about a few options that you have when dealing with a tenant that has trashed your Kansas City rental property. So like most landlords, I'm sure that if you own rental property here in Kansas City that you collected a security deposit. Usually it's 1, maybe 2 months of rent. You'll know though if you've ever had to do major home repairs that a month or 2 of rent does not even begin to cover what can be the damages, and getting those repaired to be able to get your home rented back out again, or even just get it fixed back up to sell. So, if it's a $1,500 rental, 2 months of a security deposit is $3,000, but you could be 10, 20, 30 grand into repair costs. Additionally, during the time that your property is being worked on, it's probably not rented out, which means you're losing money every single day. And that can be really, really stressful. Waiting to get the property rented, paying contractors, paying insurance, paying for a mortgage, and having to deal with the emotional stress, probably a home that you were very proud of that somebody else just did not take care of. So a lot of the times people want to know, should I try to go after the tenant? Should I try to get them to pay for these repairs? I mean, after all, they're the ones that trash the property, right? If it's a few things like maybe they busted a hole in the wall, or they damaged some doorknobs or some cabinetry here and there, those things you can usually just deduct from the security deposit and get them fixed for a relatively low cost. But for anything more substantial, in that small range, small to medium range, you're talking a few $1,000s, a lot of landlords just don't find that it's worth the hassle to go ahead and try to collect that from the tenants. And if it's something more substantial, into the tens of thousands of dollars, maybe they put a bunch of concrete down your plumbing, for instance, at that point you probably would want to look into litigation, and that's something to check with your lawyer about. Of course, it goes without saying that if you're really handy, you can probably make some of these repairs yourself. I know that a lot of people, myself included, did not get into real estate investing to be a construction worker or handyman and fix bad tenants' problems when they've wrecked a home. So while it's not exactly the fastest way, it can be the cheapest way to just go ahead and do the work yourself. And if it's a property that you intend to hold for quite a long time, and you have the time and are willing to do it and are pretty handy, this can be an option for you. So this next strategy is kind of an interesting one. It's not one that I've personally used, but it's one we should talk about regardless. You can actually have your tenant be the one that makes those repairs for you. So if you find a tenant that you're willing to exchange some rent in exchange for their services to go ahead and fix it up, then that may be a good way to start bringing some income in. At least you have someone in the property, it's being somewhat taken care of, and ideally being worked on. Some of the downsides of this approach, though, are that you're essentially now a business partner with this tenant, and it's a weird arrangement. It kind of is atypical at best, and they may not even be that good of a craftsman. So you will be getting into bed pretty deeply with another individual of whose work you may not be that familiar. And the last piece of the puzzle here is that you could potentially just sell the home. If the repairs are substantial, or at least more than you're willing to take on, and if you don't have the funds to go ahead and make those repairs, especially if the property is vacant, now you're bleeding money every month, I would go ahead and consider selling the home, recouping what investment you can out of that, and moving on to a deal that's a little less headache. If you are considering selling your home with a tenant that's trashed your property, we love to buy fixer-upper homes and specialize in taking those properties over from distressed landlords who are wanting to move on to their next great investment, whether that be in real estate or something else. So if that's the case, please give us a call at 816-800-9238, or you can visit us at fairhomeofferkc.com. We are local home buyers in the Kansas City metro area and would love the opportunity to speak with you about getting your home sold quickly for very low costs and a very flexible transaction. So I hope that this helps you understand some of the options that you have around dealing with a property where a tenant has trashed your home. And if you're just watching this video and that hasn't happened to you, I hope that you continue to have great luck in your investing. Thank you for watching and have a great day.